My thinking about the voice, I've heard lots of commentary about it. I've watched quite a few videos. Not one of them speaks about what I'm going to speak to you about. I have grandmother law. I'm an initiated senior law woman, and I wear the black because I hold the law. So I'm going to come to you from the law and the other law. I also have done a Juris Doctor law degree. When I did a Juris Doctor law degree, I did Commonwealth constitutional law, amongst other subjects, and under this constitutional law, discovered such a thing as parliamentary sovereignty. Parliamentary sovereignty, we say. What is that? Well, let's go back to natural law. In the founding constitution of this country, which is not based on natural law, which us Indigenous people do follow, First Nations people, Aboriginal people of this country, we follow the natural law, LORE. So, which comes under spiritual law, LAW. So we have an obligation to fulfil things right way, proper way, right law way, under our sacred law. We are the sovereign peoples of this land, and we have never ceded that sovereignty. That's well known. And in the founding constitution that the British brought to this country, it had no mention of parliamentary sovereignty. In fact, it doesn't even mention a prime minister. And I learnt that over the course of my other law degree, such a thing as parliamentary sovereignty exists. Parliamentary sovereignty, that is legal fiction. The constitution that we are being asked to vote on is not the same constitution as the founding fathers. It's not the founding constitution to this country. In 1973, I'll leave this hat on because that's when this brought in. 1973, our constitution was changed. The founding constitution and the governance of our country and our peoples at that time was moved sideways in 1973 by Gough Whitlam, and what came in was a model of a corporation. It looks and feels the same as what we did have, but what's different here is that we didn't get to vote on it. Parliament became sovereign, a Queen of Australia was invented, and neither of which are legal truths. So the constitution we are being asked to vote on is actually the charter to the corporation of this government here. And this government here has Parliament as sovereign. So who votes for Parliament? Supposedly we do, but there's a great deal of controversy as to whether our elections are actually rigged or whether they're true. There's a lot of evidence to show that they're rigged. So it's already, people who are in Parliament have already been pre-selected, probably not voted by you and I, if you do vote, but they say that they are sovereign. If we say yes to the voice for the Indigenous peoples, we come on to this charter, which is like a rule book, the rules for the corporation. It means that the original people of this country will cede their sovereignty, that Parliament has a greater say over them. See, that's what will happen. So I say to you to wake up, Australia, that in actual fact all of us have been not been told the truth. The old constitution, founding constitution, and the old style of governance that came under that is over here. That's not what we're voting for. But they are tricking us to say that our original people of this country should be on the constitution. Well, that's this one. Over here on this one, this is only a rule, the rules for the corporation. And Indigenous people don't actually have legal personality. under colonial law unless they are incorporated. And we have a lot of issues around the corporatisation of our original peoples who are following the corporate model. We call them the black corporates, or the corporate blacks, the ones who are dealing with and getting the funding that people are aware of how many billions of money goes into Aboriginal Australia and the Torres Strait Islanders. However, it goes into the corporate black model. It does have nothing for our own people on their country with the real issues that they face every day. And just like the apology, which we welcomed, nothing has changed. And the voice, I might say to you, is a vote to put the original people's sovereignty under Parliament sovereignty, so that the Parliament law, this law, has rules this law, and that just cannot happen. So I say to you, our old people and my brothers and sisters in law, Aboriginal law, original law of this country, we say walk with us into a new future, a new dreaming, where we might sit at the table and forge an agreement between us about how we might move forward. Because this law is sourced on natural law, and this law is sourced on man-made law. And we cannot have this Parliament that's questionable having any sovereignty over our original law. That is my position. Vote how you wish. But I just say one last thing. We are being played upon. We're being played emotionally to vote according to our, we want what's right for our original people. Well, this isn't going to change anything. Thank you for listening.
Wow.